allowing myself to be sensitive in this world. And the more sensitive I am, the more that I find that I have to deal with things like grief, and processing that can be really challenging. And so having these spaces where this can be a shared experience, and where I've woken up to realizing that I'm not alone in that grief, and that not even am I not alone as a human, but that other animals can also experience that. And doing work with Ishe's horses on her farm, I've been able to explore grief in ways that I haven't been able to with a human being. And I'm deeply, deeply grateful to Sipsy for for being a teacher for me in that way, and holding space for me in ways that I think a lot of humans find hard so far. And we're all learning how to hold space for one another and how to be more sensitive. And I find that to be so beautiful. So I'm just really excited to be a part of this, and to meet any of you who we get to meet in the future, to be part of our journey and our story. Know that each of you that comes and spends time with us, you touch us, you touch our heart just as much as the animals or pieces of us touch your heart. We're all creating a story together. And I find that to be so beautiful and inspiring. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it also reminds me of a moment that we witnessed last weekend with one of the people who connected with a horse. And there were no words, it was just emotions. And that person didn't have words for what was experienced even. And that's where like a horse or an animal can hold that for a person, because there's no expectation of words. There's no expectation of at all, actually. That person doesn't need to explain themselves to the horse. And there's just a knowing and a sharing and a supporting there that was beautiful. It gives something different that we humans can't necessarily offer to that person in that moment.
Yeah, you guys are both bringing up excellent points, and I'm so glad that we're having this conversation and really being able to express all the things, because it's hard to do in advertising. We can't let people know what we're offering in in a little box with a few pictures. And some of the things that you touched on, Gianna, and you did too, Nicole, are about safety and security. And these are things that sometimes we don't think about or talk about either. But in order to make life changes, our our safety has to be there. And we have to feel a certain amount of security, and being able to find in our home environments and in ourselves the trust to be able to make changes and move forward. And the container that we create and the communities that can be created are part of that safety and trust that happens. The horses are a big part of that too, where people may not be able to trust a human anymore because of so many letdowns or bad experiences. A lot of times they can trust the horse. And what we witnessed last weekend, I see that all the time with people and the horses. They're there, and the horses have a capacity for empathy. They have the largest limbic system of any land mammal, and they have more empathy than a lot of humans do. And somehow people sense that, even if they've never been around a horse. And it helps bring things to the surface. And then the container, the people and the horses and the land can hold that and create the safety that people are craving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should we talk about some of the things we have planned for 2026?
Sure. Let's do it.
It's so
That's so sweet. Somewhere along the way, I feel like we learned that we have to ask permission. Is it okay to be me? Is it okay to have fun? Is it okay to be silly? Is it okay to move? Is it okay? Is it okay? And that is, I feel like we're creating a space where it's like, yes, it's okay.
Yes, the answer to all of that is yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Not only do we have to ask for permission, some people actually think the answer is no. They don't even ask for permission to be silly. They think no.
The assumption is no.
Yeah.
The lived in your body assumption is no. So this is a lot about the Mustang trip. Tell us about that, Gianna.
Oh, yeah. So we at the end of June are going to be going on a wilderness journey. We are riding out on pack horses to track. Nikki's ready. We are going to ride out at a walk mostly, but riding out to track wild mustangs in their natural habitat and observe and learn from that experience. Along the way, over the course of the 4 days and 3 nights that we'll be camping out there, we are also going to be doing some mindfulness activities where we're going to be practicing getting back into our bodies, doing some meditation for grounding, detoxing because we will not have cell service, the added benefit of these beautiful wild mustangs, to go observe and commune with them. I'm really, really excited about this. This is something I've wanted to do for a long time. Is just go and see wild horses and watch them in their family bands, in their natural habitat. I'm just really, really excited about this.
In May of 2026, we have a 5-day, it's 4 full days, but it's a total of 5 days, 4 nights of camping. And I added it up this morning. There's about 22 hours of education. And it's about our intuition. It's about, do we have psychic abilities? It's testing this out. It's learning about edible medicinals and wild plants. And once we ingest them, how it opens us up to be able to find others. I'm not talking about anything hallucinogenic here. I'm just talking about like black-capped raspberries or nettles. And once we form a relationship with the wild plant world, my personal experience has been, and I've talked to several other people that have experienced the same thing, it's as if you get like a psychic memo of when that plant is ripe the next year and ready for harvest. It's about that. It's about how writing and painting and art, we're going to play with psychic abilities. And I believe everybody has these abilities. It's a matter of which ones are strongest in you and how to cultivate them. And even if you don't feel that, even if you're skeptical, we welcome that. Just be open to the experience. And if psychic stuff doesn't resonate with you, every human has an intuition. Mm-hmm. We have the same type of cells in our brains, in our hearts, and in our guts. There's brain matter in your heart and in your gut. They've proven this.
Yep, they talk about it, the gut brain.
The gut brain, exactly. And if you think about all the colloquialisms about like, listen to your heart, listen to your gut. We've known this for a really long time, even before the science. And reconnecting with that, being able to make decisions that are integrated from your gut and your heart and your head is a great goal. Mm-hmm. And so what we're going to explore in this retreat is our relationship with that intuition that everyone has. Everyone's got a story of, I should have listened to my intuition, or I listened to my intuition, and that day I think it saved my life. Mm-hmm. I hear those stories all the time. So let's slow down and unpack that and deepen it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited about this. Being a more analytical person myself, and I think I did live the first half of my life letting my head lead everything. Mm-hmm. And while I achieved some great things with that, I mean, let's not knock it. Our brains are really powerful muscles for us. They keep us out of trouble, do a lot of great things for us. I ignored my gut and probably my heart for a long time. I was disconnected from it. And only in my 30s, when I started going through coaching school, did I reconnect. And now I will not make any big decisions without checking in with my gut. And then, the head, let's not discount that the head.
No, the head is valid, but let's keep it in balance.
Yeah.
It's an integration.
Yeah.
That gives us the best representation of what each of us can do and the decisions that we can make. And along with those other things, we're also going to make lots of time for the animal communication and the horses. And I think that's going to be really great. There's also chickens and goats and a dog and a cat around, and sometimes some river otters. So, and all kinds of birds. So, yeah, it's going to be really amazing. And I know Nikki's going to cook us some amazing food too.
I'll just say that. I can't wait to eat your food again.
This is going to be a women's only retreat.
Thank you.
And we are creating, because we are going to be communally camping together, we're creating a space that we hope will feel very intimate, very safe, where we can really allow our frequencies to align together. There are these interesting synchronicities that start to open up and happen when you get a group of people on the same frequency, and along with the animals, when we start to attune to their frequency, then we all allow, that's where kind of like telepathy starts happening. Whether you want to call it telepathy or not, it's going to be great. I'm really excited for it.
And there's something really powerful too when just women get together.
We're going to be planning other retreats for couples, and I would love to do just a men's retreat too, or a couples retreat where there's segregation during part of it. Another part of the rewilding, like I chose that word rewilding because what Nikki was describing about that vibration that happens, that and what we've all described about this resonance of being human, is something that I think we've forgotten. But when humans lived in tribes and smaller groups, we had more information in our bodies about our environment and about each other and about functioning as a group that we don't have. And we crave that, whether we know it or not. It's part of the belonging piece. And it's part of what we're able to recreate. And I feel so grateful to be able to be a keeper of that information and a guide to how to reconnect with being human.
Yeah. I do feel like that I've heard time and time again from other people, especially when we're in the retreat setting, where they say, I just want a community. People are seeking connection even more now. I think, especially after COVID happened, I think we realized how detrimental it is when we're all separated to our mental health. Coming together in community is so important. We are also herd animals, just like the horses, right? We need a herd.
We do. And as AI creeps into our lives more and more, and I use it, I'm not opposed to it. It definitely has some issues that need to be ironed out, and it comes with some big ethical things. And this isn't that conversation by any means. But what I will say about the backdrop of that is it's going to isolate us more.
It takes communicating with one another and being in community so that we can figure out the how together. I love that point.